We made it. We made it. Somehow. So welcome to 2021. To a brand new year of opportunity and excitement. The chance to do better than we've done so far this decade. It's not started well, has it, this decade? I think we were optimistic, perhaps, to begin with. When last year started, we were like, cool, it's a new decade. The 2010s have been interesting, to say the least. 2020, yeah, it's a new year, it's an exciting year, things will change. Well, yeah, they certainly did change, didn't they? And we went through some pretty dark times as individuals, as a society, as a world, as a species. Yeah, it's been tough. But tough is good. Tough is good because it shows us what we're actually capable of. Because if you'd have said to people in January of last year that we were going to be in a national lockdown 3-4 months later, and that everything that we knew about sport, about art, about work, about kids at school, about everything, supermarkets would change and would alter, and we'd all be wearing masks and sanitising on the regular, and we wouldn't have believed you. Because we didn't think that things could change that quickly. We were certain that the reality that we were living in was immovable, unchangeable, and that it was stuck that way forever. But that's not the reality of our situation. The fact is that we're living in a time where anything can change immediately and quickly. It's important to hold on to the things that we love because we don't appreciate their value until they're gone. I can't actually tell you the last time that I hugged my grandma. I don't know. I'd like for it to be today, but I know that it's not yet safe for me to do that, so I can't. So I wish I'd have cherished that more when I last did. If our situation can get that bad that quickly, it can also go the other way around. The slippery slope is both up and down. You don't just slip into bad things. You can slip into good things as well, and good habits, and positive thinking, and positive change. Last year in October I began a course that is called Theatre and Social Change. And I think that's essential right now. We've got to change because we've lost ourselves, I think. And I think the lockdowns that we've had and the isolation that we've felt over this last year has shown that we've lost our way. We don't know what we're doing anymore. It's always been, I work till I'm 65, 70, I retire, then I die. That's it. I'll take a couple of holidays, I'll have a few days off, and go out with my mates on the weekend. But we're not doing anything. We're just working and working and working and working and working. But not for anything. It's not achieving us anything. Yeah, we're getting faster cars. Yeah, we're getting better technology. That means that Alexa can now read you a bedtime story. You've got a mouth. You can do that yourself. We're creating technology that turns us lazy and disconnects us from those around us. That's the irony of it all. All of this technology deems to connect us with other people, isolates ourselves from those around us. And yeah, I could FaceTime someone in Australia or in Canada or in Japan right now, but then I also don't know the names of the kids that live next door. So am I really more connected to people? I don't know. This year is the beginning of something. It's the beginning of exciting change, and it's the possibility of change. That's what it is. It's the possibility of change and the capability as well within all of us to make change in whatever way we can, whether it's big or small. It's possible for us all to do it. I've made a change as of today, the 1st of January 2021. I am now a vegan, which I know that carries with it a whole hatred and a whole, well, you're not going to stop us eating meat. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do any of that. It's just a personal choice, as I think it's both for animal rights and for climate change, and quite frankly, because I can, because I don't need to have. Obviously, I'm going to make sure that I get all of my essential vitamins and minerals and my fibre a day and my protein and my fats and blah 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 blah. But that it's completely possible to do that without harming animals and without causing as much damage to the planet as animals do. The industrialization of animals. That's what I mean. That's the big thing that causes the harm. So I've made that as a change, and even though I tried to champion this before, I'm going to really double down on it now, with the start of a whole new year. I don't believe in the whole new year, new me. I think that's bullshit. You should get rid of that, because you're still you that you were yesterday. Just because a few numbers have changed on the calendar, it doesn't make you an immediately better or worse person. You are still the same person that you were. And you shouldn't, this is the other thing, you shouldn't see a new year as the only time for you to change your habits. You can change your habits anytime. A Monday, Tuesday, March, April, July, August, the start of October, the start of winter, the start of summer, the end of a week, the end of a month. You can start whenever. Just because lots of numbers change when it goes to a new year doesn't mean that's the only time to change your habits. I have done that, so it's very pot calling the kettle black. I have done that, but I was already switching things in October and November and December, trying to stay away from. I haven't had meat for ages, apart from Christmas Day. That was my only exception that I gave myself. And then cutting out dairy products and cheeses, and not buying clothes that include animal products as well, so like leather and things like that in shoes and coats, stuff like that. So I've made that change. And the other change I'm making is with every single thing that I do, every choice that I make, every thought that I have, every action that I take, every conversation that I'm in, I'm going to lead all of them with kindness. All of them with kindness and generosity and love for other people and for animals and for the planet and for those around me and for myself. And I'm not going to be a pushover. I'm not going to allow people to say nasty things to me or be cruel to me, because I've got enough respect for myself to not allow that to happen. But ultimately, I think that everyone needs some more love. I think all of the negative things that are currently happening in the world are through a lack of love. Whether it's a lack of love as we're growing up, or in the education system, or in the justice system, or at home, or in work, wherever it is, I think our whole society is not built on the bedrock of love. It's built on the bedrock of work. And so I think we need to swap those out. And we can still work, but I think it needs to be a work that is loving of other people, loving of your co-workers, loving of your staff, loving of your boss, loving of all of those around you, because then ultimately you will work better as a team, and work will not be something that you have to trudge to on a morning and trudge back from on a night, and not have to have that Friday feeling. Because I think it's great that people get excited about, oh, it's the weekend, I can go out with my mates, I can see my friends, whatever. But that Friday feeling is because you dislike work. You dislike work. And that I don't, how can we be in a society where we go to work for 5 days a week and we work 30 or 40 plus hours a week and hate it, and then get 2 days off, and those 2 days, for one of them you're going mental, and for the other one you're like, oh, I've got work tomorrow. So if anything, it's 6 days of dread for work and being at work and 1 day off. What sort of life is that? That's not... That doesn't make sense to me, because we're the most advanced species in the galaxy as far as we're aware of, and yet we still have to work 5 days a week. Some people 7 days a week. Multiple jobs because wages are so low. That's a separate topic. Lead with love. That's what I'd say. That was a really long rant, but the only thing I'm saying is lead with love. Even if you disagree completely with someone on a topic, whether it's political or social or economic or whatever, lead it with love and give to the other person, and yeah, they may not give it back to you. That's gonna happen. But it's not because you're a bad person, it's not because they're a bad person. They just might not be in the position where they can give out the adequate amount of love that is required, because they might not have that within themselves at the minute. It doesn't mean that they don't have the capacity to love. It doesn't mean that they have malice intent, and if they do, it's probably through a lack of love. And so by you giving them some love, yes, it might be quite hard, and it might be like, I really want to hit you in the face right now because what you're saying to me is so demonstrably wrong. If you do that, you might as well like hit your head against a brick wall, because it's not gonna there's nothing that you can do about that. But if you just give them love, even if they don't listen to your argument or sort of respect your opinion, if you're giving them love, that's the best that you can do in that situation. And there are days where we don't want to love people. We don't want to love people because it feels like the entire world around us is on fire, and it's awful, and we have those bad days, and I think it's really important to know that that's completely okay. It's totally alright to have those days where you are short with people, but it's about being mature about it, and after you come out of that dark spot, or after you've had that snappy conversation with someone where you felt sort of really attacked or hurt by it, have that conversation with the person. Might not be a pleasurable conversation, won't be an easy conversation by no means, but go into it, and even if you don't think you've done anything wrong, go into it with kindness and be like, yeah, I wasn't in a great headspace when we had that conversation the other day, and I could see that it upset you. I was quite upset as well, and I'm really sorry about that. I hope that we can sort of talk about this at some point, or maybe have a coffee when COVID's over. Oh yeah, that's still a thing, isn't it? This is partly for myself as well. I appreciate that I'm putting this on the internet, but it's also for me to look back at in a year, because I've changed so much since last year that I'm really curious to know what I'll be thinking a year from now. I might be like, wait, what was COVID? Oh, I don't think I will. I'd like to be. Well, no, I'll never forget. I'll never forget the impact that COVID's had. Ever. It's always going to be here. And I will have always had it as well. I don't still have it now, but as in, I have had it. So I hate this mug as well. Sports Direct is a terrible company, never buy anything from them. This mug was bought years before we realised that they were a terrible company. But I'm not going to get rid of a mug because I'm not wasteful and consumerist like that. If it breaks, I'm not going to buy a replacement that's that. I'll buy a different one. Or I'll fix it. Like these shoes. These shoes that my brother got rid of. The slippers that they sort of like they were coming apart at the seams and at the sides and things, and he was like, I've got some new ones, and I was like, okay, and he was like, do you want these ones? And I was like, yeah, alright, free slippers, thank you. So then I fixed them instead of just buying some, because yeah, I imagine there will have been like loads of jump cuts through this. Ooh, if I am doing jump cuts, let's do something funny like this. Hey, what are you doing there? What, here? Do you mean here? No, what about here? Hey, what are you doing there? What are you all doing now? Why did accents come into this? Honestly, my lover, I don't know. That's just the way it is, I guess. Hey, I guess that's the way it is. And those were jump cuts, because I'm bored. I should probably get on with my work, actually. I've got work to do. Because I'm at drama school now. What? When did that happen? Oh dear. It's amusing that, me being at drama school. That's a whole separate thing though. But, oh, actually, just for time capsule me. Everyone else, you can go. This is just for me. You're a bit lost right now, which is fine, and we know that it's fine, but we're a bit lost because we don't know what we want to do professionally. We know what field we want to work in, and we know what we're good at, but we don't know what jobs that's going to lead to, because obviously we want to change the political landscape and the social landscape, but then I'm also a writer and an actor, and I'm working as a producer as well, so it's kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I enjoy all of these things. I'm just not sure which one I can make a living off. I wonder whether you'll know a year from now. Will you know? Do you know? Oh my God, it'd be so exciting to think that I might sit on this bed again, I'm not on a bed, on this bed in a year and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this and I'm going to do a placement here and I'm going to do a placement here and this is really great and you've got all of this lined up. I'll be like, what? But then again, if you'd have sat me on this bed last year, I wouldn't have been saying, oh yeah, you'll be at drama school. You'll be at this, yeah. You'll be in this drama school, doing this course, living your best life. No one knows how much can change in a year. Oh my God, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant how much can change in a year. Yes, it was bad last year. Yes, it will be better this year. And yes, it can be even better the year after that. Change is coming. Change is coming. Even if you're not making it, I am. So watch out. I'll see you in 2022. Bye.